Have you ever put your life at risk for money? Today we'll be talking about that right after the intro. What's up guys, my name is JC and welcome to my channel. This is the channel where we share life experiences in the hope that you get something out of it. Now today I wanted to talk about risking your life for money, and is it worth it? So I just got home and I got my car from the repair shop, but before that I was driving a Toyota Camry. Now fun fact, in the Toronto's area, Toyota Camry is the #1 car used for ride sharing and taxi. It's a pretty good and reliable car, let's just say the least. At least the brand, Toyota brand, whether it's like Toyota Corolla, Toyota Prius, Toyota Highlander, or Toyota Camry, these are the cars that are dominating the ride sharing and taxi industry in my city. Now, I was actually driving this brand new 2018 Toyota Camry, so I'll show you what it looks like. It's very ugly. It is the ugliest car I've ever seen. However, it is very spacious. In the trunk, you have lots of space. You can fit at least 2 big luggage in there. I'm about 6 feet tall. And then if I go in the back, I have very good leg rooms. And I also have very good headspace. The dash is, it's not bad. But it's not, it could be better. But I do like this, the nice, like gunmetal finish there. And the option that comes with it are pretty good. Like, for example, it has this keyless entry where you just touch the handle and it unlocks the door. I love that. Toyota Camry is definitely one car that is being used for taxis. And why am I bringing this up? Well, it's because I also drive Uber. On the weekend, I'm a part-time Uber driver, and Uber is definitely a major source of income for me this year. I was driving the car that taxi drivers uses, and it turns out that taxi drivers makes $2 for every kilometer that they drive. I literally spoke with a taxi driver last week, and in one day, he made $400 working 8 hours a day. Now, in Toronto, I've never achieved this. The closest I've gone to it is I've worked 16 hours and did $273. Like, it's crazy. Taxi drivers makes at least $2 per kilometer that they drive, versus Uber drivers, they make $1 for every kilometer that they drive. Now, the interesting stats is the $2 that the taxi driver is making using a car like a Camry, after all expenses are paid. And by expenses, I mean gas, maintenance, car depreciation, tax, insurance. So after these expenses are taken off from their profit, they're still making $2 off every single kilometer they're making. Uber drivers, on the other hand, at least the one in Toronto, they're making $1 for every kilometer that they drive, but that's including expenses. When you remove the expenses out of the profit that they're making, it's more like 50 cents. So you got $2 with a Toyota Camry, and then 50 cents with like any car you use, whether it's like this one, like a Mazda 6, or like a Toyota Prius. Doesn't make that much difference. So let's go back to the meat of the video. We were talking about putting your life at risk for money. Now, why was I driving this Toyota Camry? Well, it's because it was given to me by the insurance company because my car was actually in a crash. That's right. I was involved in a crash that it didn't turn out to be that bad, but it could have gone very, very, very bad. I have a footage and I'll show you what I mean. So I was driving in downtown Toronto right after I dropped someone. Out of nowhere, I saw someone driving slowly in front of my car, and I couldn't see it until it was too late, and I banged into them, like T-boned them. I was so lucky. I had this camera. I'm actually using this camera right now to record this video, and I'm very lucky that I had it, because if I didn't have it, well, the insurance would have said it's technically your fault and you should have paid for the repair. In Toronto, they consider that if you hit anyone within the front of your car, then it's your fault because you should have seen them coming. Therefore, you should have stopped and watched where you're going. The only thing that can save you is a witness of someone else that actually saw what happened, because they won't believe the two person involved in the crash. They might believe a witness. Problem is, by the time the cops are there to write a police report and everything, the witnesses are gone. There's no witnesses there. So, but if you have a dash cam, it saves you. In my case, it saves me. Wait, let me pull this up. It saves me $7,683.08. That's right. So, a fun fact, I literally turned the camera on 1 minute before the accident. Like, this is a GoPro right now, and I had a quick record on. I turned it on 1 minute before the accident. If I didn't do that, I would have not only had to pay $7,000 to fix my car, but there was no way I would be able to afford that, and I would probably not making that much money for this year because I wouldn't be able to drive. Right now I'm using this as a way to free up my time, and if I can't drive, I can't really make money and go in more debt. So my question to you is, have you ever done something for money, and was it worth it? Like, if your firemen jump into fire to save someone, they're expecting to get paid adequately for what they're doing. Like, you have people in the mining industry driving like giant trucks going into caves that can swallow them any day, but they're making good money too. Like, if you go in Calgary, you'll hear a lot of stories about people making over 100K doing mining jobs. Now, for Uber drivers though, you have to consider that every time you go out there, you're exposing yourself to a potential crash. And I was lucky that my car wasn't totally destroyed. My airbag didn't go off, and also no one was hurt from this accident. I had a small impact knee injury that's okay now, but there was no one on the passenger side of that car, and everyone seems to be okay, but it could have gone very, very bad. And that's my point. My point is, as an Uber driver, if there is any Uber drivers watching this, I would like you to consider something. Is it worth it to make about 50 cents a kilometer when after you remove the car devaluation from driving that much to the Uber, also the taxes, the repair, gas, insurance? Is it worth that much? For me, it is, because I'm not just doing Uber, I'm doing something else. And I'm also I'm actually working as an entrepreneur, and Uber helps me free up my time and meet potential customers. So that's one of the reasons why I do it. But I think of ways not to do it every single day, because or I think of ways to make more money while I drive. So I would like one ride to pay me way more than what Uber is paying me. So that's the way I like to think of it, and I would like to bring this to your attention. If you drive for Uber, really consider that, hey, every time you put yourself out there, you're risking your life. That's why insurance goes up when they know that you're driving a lot of kilometers, because you're more likely to have a crash than any other person. And if you're not driving for Uber, if you're doing something else, I would like to hear from you. Comment in the section below. Actually, if you haven't done so, subscribe on this channel. We'll have more video talking about life experiences like this. So subscribe, hit the bell, and I would like to hear from you. I would like to hear, have you done anything where you risked your life for money, and was it worth it? I would like to know. All right, nice talking to you.